I'd like to introduce you to a brief mindfulness technique that takes about 3 minutes. You can shorten it to 1 or 2 or as long as you like. But it's very simple. If you know anything about emotional freedom techniques and tapping on acupoints, then you can do this exercise. We begin by tapping on the top of the head, moving down through the eyebrow point and the side of the eye, under the nose, under the lip, the collarbone point, under the arm, and then the inside the wrist point. And you can add the finger points if you'd like to. But what I'd like you to do is take nice in through the nose and out through the mouth breaths. As you tap, you want the focal point to be the tapping sensation. So you're focusing on the tapping as your anchor in this exercise. And of course your mind will wander because that's what it tends to do. The brain's kind of wired for scanning for things to think about. And what's nice about that, when you do lose focus on tapping and the sensation of tapping, actually what's happening when you bring yourself back to the focal point, you're actually exercise and strengthening the connections in your brain that have to do with maintaining focus and concentration. So it's a little bit like you're lifting weights to strengthen that muscle. So don't get frustrated if your mind wanders or goes off somewhere. Actually just gently notice it. Bring yourself back to the tapping sensations. And the way that you can structure this exercise, if you're really stressed and don't have much patience, you can do just one deep breath per point. Or if you have a little more time and you want to, you can do 3 deep breaths per point. If you take those as nice, soft, deep, diaphragmatic breathing or soft belly breathing, then you can stretch that out. You're probably talking about maybe about 3 minutes if you do 3 deep breaths per point. So let's go through and do that, and I'll guide you through that. We're going to just start with a shorter one, doing 2 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth per point. So let's begin by tapping the top of the head, kind of taking the focus of our attention and tuning it into that sensation of tapping on that top of the head point. And I invite you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you're tapping the whole time, and another deep breath. And as you tap, shifting over to the eyebrow point, taking a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. You may find your mind starts to wander, and that's just fine. Imagine you're a little kid watching the clouds, and you kind of follow it, and then you bring it back to the tapping sensation as your anchor, just in a very relaxed kind of way. No beating yourself up, no disappointment, just kind of in an unattached way, just bringing it back. And the side of the eye, take a nice deep breath. And another nice deep breath through the nose and in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then under the nose, same thing. Yeah. Nice deep breath. And another nice deep breath. And just focusing on that tapping sensation as you tap under the lip. And another nice deep breath. In through your nose. And then now the collarbone point. And just making sure that you're shifting your focus of attention onto the sensation of the tapping. As you take a nice deep breath. And then under the arm. And rinse and repeat. Nice deep breath. And if your mind's wandering, that's fine. Just bring it right back to that sensation of the tapping as you exhale. And then inhale. And then lastly, as we take a nice deep breath on your wrist, you're tapping. And just focusing on your wrist and the tapping sensation. Now you can keep tapping as I talk. You can even move on to the finger techniques. And if you want to make this longer, you could actually, sometimes I'll continue down to the thumb, the index finger, and so on, adding however many breaths per tapping point, depending on how long I want this to be and how deep I want to go in the relaxation. But that's pretty much it. Just basically taking 1 to 2 to 3 deep breaths for a very kind of nice, brief mindfulness break, using tapping as the anchor and taking nice, deep, soft belly breaths along with each of those points.